We can start with some questions because this is a Q&A session. Thank you all for all these questions that we received. Quick reminder, only Beyond Plus members can address those questions, can share their takes that we're going to discuss. But I want to start with the first one coming from 71 Keratin Audios 100. Can Sylvan Francisco win the MVP of the regular season? Based on his first MVP on the month that received for October, actually he's only fifth Žalgiris player in the history of the EuroLeague to get that award, and the first one since Marius Grigonis in 2020.
The COVID
October
season.
as well, yeah.
I think he can, but for that to happen, Žalgiris needs to finish really high, and just top 6 might not be enough. Maybe top 4, because to be an MVP, you need to lead your team to a really, really significant position.
Playoffs is a minimum.
It's good that at the moment we don't vote based on the quarterfinal series anymore. The other thing, he needs to sustain this crazy level of basketball he's showing at the moment. And knowing that he's the type of guy that doesn't really save his energy on defense. He puts his heart out. He plays hard defense as well. All of the effort plays, he's always there. It is tough to do that for the whole year. So there are a lot of questions. I wouldn't want to rule out him being the MVP. He might be in the race, but I wouldn't actually bet on him being the MVP and sustaining the level that we've seen in October. One thing for sure is now that he is one of the elite guards. Even if he doesn't perform that well for a week, 2 weeks, or a month, nobody's ever going to doubt his level anymore.
Yeah, he's one of the best guards in the EuroLeague. But going back to the question, he's now shooting 40%, 54 from 2 points, 40% from free. He's playing the best basketball. And I think it's really hard to see Žalgiris being in the top 4 and him maintaining these numbers or even showing better numbers through the whole season.
TJ Shorts made this top 3 in MVP race last year when he was exceptionally well and Paris was outperforming. It could be a path to follow for Sylvan, but once again, Žalgiris has to make the playoffs. That's one. Sylvan has to be sustainable with the numbers, and at the same time, you have to hope for some other crazy performances not to happen. Because Kendrick Nunn and Sasha Vezenkov were crazily good last season. There are some other candidates this year as well, so these are main conditions, I think. It's not only on Sylvan Francisco and his greatness, it's also about the others.
And in the end, a lot of people are still going to vote according to the PAR, which is bullshit in this case, in my eyes, because Sasha Vezenkov just gets rebounds and foul drawns at ridiculous pace. And I don't think we should even look at this efficiency thing. And but that's not going to be in his favor, plus the 10% of the fan voting from the Greek teams.
But in the fan voting, I think Žalgiris could have a strong campaign as well.
Well, yeah, we Lithuanians, when you have to vote online, we tend to do stuff.
You need to sign a petition to just ban something.
Yeah, we're gonna have 80,000 people signing that in like one day.
We might not be present at the elections all the time, but
When
if
it
you
actually
want,
matters,
that thing,
if you
not
want,
online,
but
bro.
if I have to vote for an MVP of a basketball competition, man,
Bro, it's not
I'm
online.
gonna be
I
there.
think
My
Gitanas
grandfather's gonna be
is
there.
making a Facebook
My
post.
kids will vote. Everybody's gonna vote.
Nausėda
My wife will vote.
post on Facebook.
President will vote,
in
and he
April
will
and May
encourage.
to encourage fans to vote.
Yeah, we're gonna do a day off nationwide just to vote for Sylvan
Look, this is
Francisco MVP.
Sylvan Francisco MVP campaign, guys. If you're not there, do you even care about Lithuania?
Yeah, something like that is coming up. One thing to add about Sylvan, I'm just happy for the guy because I remember, he agreed with a quite early contract extension with Žalgiris, knowing that if he was about to become a free agent with this market that we have, he was about to earn way more money. And then you kind of trust the process, trust the project, trust the coach that you have. And Andrea Trinchieri was a huge part of making him successful with Žalgiris in his year 1. And also, I think he was a big part in Sylvan trusting in staying in Kaunas for one more year because you knew the role you're getting. And under Trinchieri, he had a lot in his hands. So after the coaching change, with Nigel Williams-Goss coming, with Maudelo, with a bigger backcourt rotation, with more talent, with coach having different emphasis, there were some doubts, at least publicly, that, okay, is Sylvain going to be as successful as he was before? He's even better. So that's huge. It speaks a lot about Sylvain. It speaks a lot about the others who helped him to be the MVP as well. But watching him just celebrate and just being honestly happy about the award, because it means a lot, because he took a lot of risks. And just in general, he's coming of a background, it wasn't that the path for Sylvain was laid that, oh, you're the future MVP, you belong to the greatness of these EuroLeague players. I think that's huge for the guy.
I'm just going to say that rejecting, for example, 1.5 million euros to sign a €1 million contract to stay where you're happy is not a risk. It's a privilege that a great basketball player could have in his career. And Sylvain Francisco, from everything that he's doing, performances on the court, on both ends on the court, talking to the media, talking to the fans, his image in the social media, it's top-level professionalism. It seems that he takes care of his body.
Yeah.
He's
not drinking.
He's like a perfect role model for any up-and-coming young guard in European basketball landscape.
I think re-signing him this early is the biggest Žalgiris win in terms of roster construction in the last years. I was not expecting him to sign that early, and it's not up for the player to decide. It's also for the team to actually push for that extension so early. So
Keenan Evans' extension was also huge, but it was also kind of dictated by the injury that he got. If he didn't get injured,
two
he probably
different situations.
I think a better example is Brandon Davis' extension.
But I don't
Different
think
player, different position.
He was so impactful at that point when he signed an extension.
Good.
Yeah,
But after the extension, he
was a
became
beast.
elite.
Yeah,
and Cisco was already elite last year, and usually players that are elite at this level in Žalgiris, they don't usually stay here. So for him to actually remain in Kaunas, huge win by Žalgiris, and enjoy him, because who knows if he's not going to sign a 2.5 million deal next summer, and then we're not going to see the happy Cisco because of 10 different guys at his position.
Žalgiris is slowly becoming an organization that could actually offer 2 million euros for a
that would be amazing.
Because if you add the money that, let's say, Moses Wright is getting, Francisco is getting, Williams-Goss is getting, and Brasdeikis is getting. So you somehow cut Brasdeikis from this discussion and give that extra money to Sylvain. It's a 2 million euro player.
Yeah.
why not? But okay, if not Cisco, who is on your MVP ladder at this point?
My brother, my man.
Who is that?
Who else?
Who else?
Who is your brother?
Who is my man?
Who is your brother and your man?
Who is my favorite player?
Can you specific?
Do I need to spell it out? Did you see last week?
Nadir Hifi?
Did you see last week?
I did.
Did you see the numbers, the performance?
I did.
The effort, the focus?
Yeah, not just the numbers, the impact.
The impact?
This year I'm also
He started
all about the
sounding like
impact.
a Fort Minor Remember the Name song out there.
I don't remember the
See the
percentages.
defense?
It was like 20% luck.
15% skill.
No, it was 15% concentrated power of will.
5% pleasure, 50% pain.
And 100% reason to remember the name.
Mike
James.
Wow. Let's go to the next
Who else
question.
if not Mike James?
Oh, the MVP? We're still on the same question?
The Bulgarian, the stat padder.
Okay.
Wow. Mr. PAR, Mr. Free Throw.
Wow.
Any other nicknames?
I almost got a heart attack, really.
Yeah, this is why I'm here.
Okay. Whew. The champion of our hearts, actually. Rytis Vyšniauskas on the podcast.
Wow.
Peace.
But besides Sasha Vezenko, because I was actually surprised to see, because BasketNews also released the MVP ladder, the one that we do every month, and I'll be honest, I didn't expect to see Sasha Vezenko at number one position, because we saw so many other great performances. Like you could say, there is a hype, good week coming off a good week.
This is just too stats oriented.
True, and that's bad.
Especially when people play those fantasy games. Vezenkov won my fantasy league for me this week. So he's the MVP, man. Look at his numbers. Look at the crazy stats. Maybe I didn't even see the game.
Let's not take anything away from Sasha. I mean, he's been
no.
very super efficient player.
Of course.
But
what about Jordan Nwora?
Who is the MVP on Zvezda, for instance? Nora? Cody Miller-McIntyre? Or Chima Monek?
I think every week there's a different MVP. That's the thing.
Yeah, but just the numbers.
Last week that was Cody Miller-McIntyre.
But I mean, just the numbers.
And I think that's the problem for any
games.
Zvezda trying to win the MVP, because it's not on one guy. So if you're building an MVP case, I think that's the problem for Zvezda. If we're playing this MVP game,
Zvezda should focus on making the playoffs first, then MVPs.
I do believe that Žalgiris should do that as well.
Yeah. Nobody really cares, I think, if they get the MVP or not. But Jordan Nwora has been spectacular. Probably he's not going to play 30 minutes going into the season. I mean, he's averaging more than 30 minutes in the season. So, Shane Larkin is playing more. I thought maybe Nwora is number one in minutes, but he's fifth in the competition with Cody Miller-McIntyre is actually fourth as well. More than 30 minutes per game. I wonder if, it's going to affect their numbers going forward. They just can't be playing 30 minutes throughout a 70, 80 game regular season.
Kendrick Nunn, Vasilij Micic.
Look, Kendrick Nunn, before the season, he was my pick. The thing with Kendrick Nunn and his team is that for Kendrick Nunn to win the MVP, he needs to really want to win the MVP. And now in some games, I see Kendrick Nunn that wants to be the MVP, but then in other games, you see that he's not as locked in.
But it's the race of the numbers. And I think that he had some solid numbers.
In general, he might be the MVP. It's still too early. Does he have the MVP skill level? For sure. Can we say that he is the best player in the league, or at least top 3 player on the league? 100%. The MVP requires certain stats and for your team to be in a certain position.
So it's just what I'm not first month why I wouldn't consider Kendrick Nunn an MVP. Just 3.6 assists per game, 2.9 turnovers. Okay, you are scoring, but I expect better.
But he's going to get better just as a power team. So I think that his numbers going to improve.
Okay, but just looking, at Mike's and Francisco's numbers, both are averaging 6.8 assists with 2.2 or 2.1 turnover. Even less turnovers when Kendrick Nunn, but more than double the assist rate. So they're far ahead.
Let's go with some other questions, and that's actually the part where the public part of the podcast is over. So if you want to watch the entire Q&A session, make sure to subscribe on basketnews.com/plus to become a BN Plus member to get a lot of other extra features as well, including this full Q&A podcast that we do every week.
And we're going to talk about Partizan, Jelko. We are going to talk about some Olympiacos stuff, try to explain the downfall of Fenerbahce.
NBA Europe, EuroLeague.
Mario Hezonia's role in Madrid, and
lots of good stuff.